Hi. So this is don't wash me out now. I try to look white. Um, so this is my third, I think, time trying to film this video because the first video I just realized I talk a lot. I ramble so much. It's disgusting. And then the quality when the other one was just messy, and then I just it was just let's get it together. So if you can't tell by the title, today's video is going to be about meeting your partner's family while you identify as straight. What actually sparked this video is like as I get back into the world of dating and I get to know people, I think about it. It's crazy. It's like you're on the first date and I'm already thinking about, okay, what if they try to introduce me to their parents? What are they gonna think of me? And we're only on the first date, so it's like, bitch, slow your roll. Like, what's going on? Like, that's just initially my first thought because I'm just like, oh my god, like, because I feel like right off the jump, like, if you want to fuck this person, if you want to date this person, or if you're gonna ghost this person. So I feel like personally, from my experience, I know for a fact, like when I meet somebody, I'm just like, this probably isn't gonna go well, but let's try. Usually I'm right. So if you are dating, you guys are now official, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and now you're thinking about showing them to your partner, to your parents, or you meeting their parents, which is in general a nerve-wracking thing because you want to be a part of the family, you want to mesh well, you don't want to have any issues, you want everything to just go smoothly, you just want to have all that support and even more family to support who you are as a person. So then you have to think about the idea, if you're a trans girl, how they're gonna view you or what's gonna happen. So hopefully this video helps you out, braces you for what's to come, because I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna sugarcoat the situation. It is kind of it's a tough situation, I'm not gonna lie, especially with the experiences that I had. The first one wasn't too bad because, I didn't really get too attached to the family. Like, we didn't really not click, but we didn't have much time to get to know each other because at this point, my boyfriend lived in Orlando and I lived in South Florida, which is like a 3-hour distance. So the third, I think I've out of the men I've dated, I've had 3 serious boyfriends and I've met all their parents, but 2 of them were 2 funny situations. First person, he was still living with his mom at the time. I had come to Orlando to see him, and he was just like, spend the night. I was like, are you sure? Like, because I know how Hispanic moms are. And he's just like, no, like, it's fine. She's out of town for work, blah, 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 blah. Little did we know that the next day she would be knocking on that door and being like, almost said his name. Whatever, Sebastian, and knocks on the door, sees me in the bed, it's just like, so it was such an awkward situation. She was so sweet. I loved her to death. She was such a cool mom. She probably doesn't like me now for reasons I will not get into, but we're not gonna talk about that moving forward. So that was the first parent I made contact with. She was very cool. She was very sweet. I actually would update her on her son when he was down here because for some reason he was so bad at texting his mom. So the next day, let's go to the next relationship. Fast forward 2 relationships next, was my ex from 2017, I want to say, and we started talking at the end of November, and then 3 weeks in, it's Christmas, and I don't really celebrate Christmas with my family. It's not that we don't believe it or we're not a tight family, we just don't celebrate Christmas. It's just, we rather, like, my mom would honestly rather, and she has done it, volunteer at a soup kitchen or just do something different with her time, and rather celebrate Christmas with her family, not because she hates us or anything, she just wants to do something more meaningful. So usually I spend it with my best friend when she's in town, or I go to, I just stay on my bed and just get food and just chill, which I have no problem with. Don't view it as a sad case, but that's usually the case. Sometimes even, that's usually been what it is. So back to the story, trying not to ramble. So we end up, I'm like, should I just, take the train back up north? Should I just go back up there and like, you can hang out with your family and I don't mind, I really don't, or I can like stay here. So when you're done with your family, I'll come back, I'll be here waiting for you. I don't really care. Just how do you want to do this? And he goes, get dressed, let's go and meet my family. I'm like, oh, shit. So I was like, oh dear God, I'm going to be meeting my man's family, my ex-man. I'm like, oh God, so how can this go? So to brace you, you gays and girls of how this can go, be ready for shade. be ready for the negative stigma that comes behind when you are with the LGBT community. And just be ready for just like the worst possible outcome. Will it happen? Hopefully not. It hasn't happened yet for me, but just be ready. So if it doesn't happen, look at that. No sweat. So when I got dressed, I was shaking. I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't know how they're gonna expect, like, what are they gonna, because not only do I have to worry about my tattoos, which is a whole nother conversation or a whole nother video in itself, but I have to worry about how I identify because, you know, with my tattoos, they're already probably thinking about something so super negative that I probably don't have a good job or I'm not living well or just something, just some negative connotation with, or stigma that the older generation has linked to tattoos. So, which leads me to my next point in advice. So when meeting them, like I said, you're going to be thrown shade, you're going to have some snarky remarks thrown about you, but my biggest advice is take it with grace and be a little shady. Not too shady because you want, like I said, you want to win them over, but enough to where they know their place. So no one was really necessarily mean to me. There was definitely like, you know, are you gay for liking her? Are you, like, do you have any type of, oh my god, I remember I read the text message prior to, like, meeting them. It was, are you gay? You should get tested for, like, an STD. And I'm like, what is this? Like, the early 90s, like, they were thinking that he was gonna catch AIDS from me when, funny enough, whenever I date anybody, like, seriously, and we start getting involved, like, intimate, I make them wear a condom. Always. Like, I've always made all my partners wear a condom for a month. Just for the first month, because you don't never know what can happen in that first month. So, you know, you're safe. And then after that month, if we've been doing good, take that rubber boot off and let's go. So, you know, I just these negative thoughts that they had about me, it was just crazy. So that's another point, like I think I said it earlier, just take it with grace. Like, don't feel the need to get angry because fighting anger and fighting pure ignorance with anger is just not going to solve anything. It's just going to kind of make the tension and any other weird animosity they probably have against you just inflate it a little bit more. So take it with grace. Kind of just educate them of, you know, what's going on now in the LGBT community, how you handle yourself and what's going in your business. Obviously, my biggest advice in general meeting parents is just be open, as honest as possible as to how you condone yourself in your everyday life, because they were asking me questions about my relationship with my family, my relationship with, you know, my siblings, what do I do for work, and just I feel like they were expecting like a very subpart answer, but when I told them, because at the time I was an assistant manager at a spa, and I think I was working as a visual merchandiser at Lush, so I think they were expecting like a below the bar answer, and I told them, yeah, I do all of that, and I live on my own. Any other questions? So yeah, kind of just been like, wow, and it's just like, these shouldn't be like surprises. Like, trans people or people with tattoos have made strides for themselves, and you know, the world is changing, thank God, and we are becoming more accepting of tattoos in the working world, and just like whatever endeavor you have, like it's becoming more of the norm. So take the shade they throw with grace. Try to answer with, you know, eloquence, and don't lose yourself. Don't let them bring you out of character, and just be yourself. I think they love you the most when you're yourself, when they see that charisma that you most likely have, or that attitude and spunk that there's like, ooh, she's spicy, like, cool, I like her, or just like show them who you are, take it with grace, be willing to you shouldn't have to, but be willing to educate the people you are surrounding yourself by, be willing to really be patient with people, and just have fun with it. Like, it's a great experience meeting new people. It's a great experience meeting your partner's parents. It's probably an awesome, and for girls who are trans like me, that's an awesome standpoint. I know it's like a big deal because, you know, I feel like I speak for most trans girls when I say we just want a normal life, and we just want to have the normal things that we are deprived of, and we just want to be able to do that with no weird, like, preconceived notion that, you know, when you're dating us, you're subject to being like harassed or someone's gonna hurt you, like, you know. So those are my biggest tips when, you know, meeting your partner's parents and family. Just be ready. Expect the worst, hope for the best, and I hope you only get the best, like everyone does deserve, whether you're cis or trans or non-binary, what have you, but I hope nothing but the best. I hope this video helps you guys. Like I always say, if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the box below, or if you, whatever you want to see in the next video. I always think, little side note, I always think it's funny when they like see me with all my tattoos, they're like, what do you do for work? And actually, you know what? With that comment of what you want to see below, without knowing me or where I work for, if you do know where I work for, cool, but if not, what do you guys think I do for work? Like when you look at me, what do you think I do? Can't wait to hear those answers, but until then, bye guys.